I don't even know how to react to these.
What's going on, guys? Pixelated here, back at it again with another review. Today we are looking at the most highly acclaimed pair of shoes to release since the legendary Boost hit the market. It's the Nike Epic React. These shoes were released on February 22nd by Nike and are making the waves right now. Now, before we get started, I forgot to do this on the last video, but the winner of the giveaway from the Bape Dame video has been chosen. In the video, I asked you guys to guess who bought the Bape Dame 4s for me since they were a birthday present, and man, you guys were so wrong. Like 90% of you said it was Lily's. Comments like, was it Lily? Guaranteed it was Lily. Definitely it was Lily. Y'all dumb AF. I'm just kidding, I love y'all, but a handful of you did get it right though. It was P. I could only pick one winner though, so I bleed red and gold is the winner. He's already responded to me and we're gonna figure something out. I'm gonna send him something cool. And for everyone else, thank you for participating. Feel free to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you know when a video gets posted and potentially get the upper hand in future giveaways. Continuing on, the official release date for the Nike Epic React was February 22nd. If you're wondering how I got mine, I ordered my pair via Nike.ca, but for some reason they didn't send me my shipping update email, so I accidentally found these when I went to go check the mail. Sizes do seem to be selling out, although they do restock from time to time apparently, so I'll leave the links below if you want to check them out and buy them. These are the OG colorways, so make sure to get your pair before they're gone. Who knows, they might not restock again. The Nike Epic React is considered a performance running sneaker, and you can see why that is. It has the typical running sneaker silhouette that is so common now. It doesn't use older classic materials like suede and thick leather panels, which can be a positive or a negative depending on what your thoughts and preferences are. The old materials are great if you plan to run in the cold to keep your feet warm, but the newer Flyknit material is always better for breathability and prevents sweat buildup on your feet. It is also lightweight, so you're not carrying a lot of weight on your feet, so you pick which side of the coin you're on in this regard. The Nike Epic React is Nike's most significant push in new cushioning technology, offered in a very effective format. Those of you who've been following already know that although the React cushioning technology is relatively new, this isn't the first time Nike's offered it to the public. The first time they made this technology available to the public was in the form of their new basketball shoe, the Nike React Hyperdunk, which debuted last year. I personally am a huge fan of that shoe. I didn't buy it because I don't play ball as much as I used to, but I did get the off-white Hyperdunks, and they felt great on feet. They were light, had the lockdown of a good ball shoe, and the traction was there, but the issue was you didn't really feel the React cushioning inside the shoe because it was encapsulated within this relatively thick, translucent rubber outsole, which granted is necessary when playing ball since you need all the grip you can get during those cuts and turnaround jumpers, so maybe the React cushioning tech would have been a bit more apparent for someone who was actually playing ball and using them in a high impact situation like that. I obviously didn't do that. With the Nike Epic React though, the React cushioning technology is heavily exposed. In fact, it has no rubber outsole protecting it at all. It's pretty much naked with two leaves covering the nips, so to speak. And so this is what makes the Nike React more unique. This has been the common thing to do lately with the newest cushioning technologies. Companies will routinely leave the midsole or outsole that is made of the cushioning tech free form, attempting to remove any part of the midsole that may restrict the cushioning tech from achieving its full potential when it comes to bounce, energy return, and shock absorption. As a result, you get these thick cushioning units with a very thin rubber outsole for traction. Nike continues this way of thinking for the outsole of this shoe, except they took it a step further, and now the bottom of the sneaker doesn't just have a thin outsole, it only has two pieces of rubber on the front and back end, while the midfoot section is bare, hence the two leaves covering the nips. Does this work in Nike's favor to maximize the sneaker's potential? We'll get into that soon, but first let's look at the materials. The shoe has its upper. The pair I bought comes in an all navy colorway. The upper is made of Flyknit and is this navy color. It has this subtle gradient pattern where there is a brighter navy on the front that transitions to a darker navy as we move towards the heel portion of the Flyknit. The shoe has navy flat laces to match, and because it is a one-piece upper, the tongue is part of this one piece with a different vertically treaded knit pattern extending higher than the ankle collar. The toe box has a tighter knit around the toe cap, while the vamp area creates a more breathable cross-stitched knit pattern. Oddly enough, there's no plastic toe cap inside to reinforce the toe box of the shoe and protect your toes. Now, while I was wearing these, I can say that I didn't really find the need for that, but who knows, maybe one day you hit your toes on something solid and hurt yourself, you're gonna be missing that plastic toe cap. There are two suede patches reinforcing the eyelets of the shoe and a rubber Nike swoosh glued on to both sides of the shoe. The shoe has this yellow fabric pull tab with Epic React branding on it. Then it has what is actually a very rigid heel cup at the heel in a purple or a brighter navy color with Nike laminate in the Epic React font on the inner portion of the heel cup. The midsole has this pink shank that I'm assuming is made of either some form of plastic or EVA for stability. And of course, the best part of this shoe and the main reason for the hype surrounding it is the React midsole. And it is also this light navy color. The React midsole is chunky and bulges out, but it is far from heavy. In fact, this shoe is very light. The pattern on the outsole is based on heat map data, and the toe and heel have a rubber layer to prevent wear on the midsole. This is because that's where your feet apply the most pressure while running, and consequently where your shoe absorbs the most shock on impact. The design of this shoe seems very simple and minimal, but actually works really well. When wearing the shoe, I felt the cushioning properties of the midsole, although it was still being responsive at the same time. I haven't felt that in a shoe in a long time. The shoe itself is a great experience. Based on my last few wears, I have nothing but good things to say about it. The upper, although has no inner reinforcement, is actually very form-fitting and feels good when you wear it. You know there's going to be no slippage. When I first tried on the shoe, I thought it might be too tight, that I should have went half a size up, but it has broken in a little since then. So far so good. As for sizing, I would recommend going true to size. I am a wide foot, hashtag duck feet gang, and these do fit me perfectly at true to size. I do wear performance socks when I wear them because I really only wear them to go to the gym at this point. But if you do want a roomy fit, I would recommend going half a size up because they fit way too perfectly at true to size, to the point where I probably couldn't wear wool socks with these. So if you do plan to wear these casually, maybe going half a size up will be in your best interest. If you're wondering whether you should get these for running, I would 100% recommend them. The cushioning is responsive and not some gimmick, I think. The upper is form-fitting and will make sure your foot isn't slipping around when you're running. Here's my one small gripe with the shoe. Well, depending on how long it lasts or how significantly it affects me in the future, it might be more than a small gripe. The heel of the shoe isn't very secure. Don't get me wrong, I love the experience of wearing this shoe around. It's a great ride. Even wearing it to the gym is very rewarding because of how comfortable and seamless it is. The fit makes it feel like it truly is an extension of your foot and you're not actually wearing anything, but every now and again I'll have this uncomfortable heel slide feeling where my heel will come off the bottom of the shoe and the heel cup pushes against the wrong part of my heel, leaving me with this uncomfortable sensation like my heel is being squeezed against its will in the wrong place. Of course, this is a small gripe for now, since it only happens every so often and only for a few seconds at most, and hopefully it doesn't continue to do so. My assumption is the more I wear this shoe, the more it'll break in little by little, and that won't be a problem. But if it persists, it will be one of those small hassles that'll get to you on long walks or runs. Now, the question everyone's waiting to be answered. Does this shoe trump the Ultra Boost? Well, let me tell you something here. There are many pros and cons about both sneakers at the moment, at least in my opinion, and I'll get into a more in-depth comparison in another video coming soon, but for now, let's start off with this. The Nike React midsole has been designed so that it doesn't lose its responsiveness over time. For those of us that have owned Ultra Boost for a long period of time, we know, and apparently this is true, that over time it loses some of its energy return and responsive properties. Not completely, it's still a comfortable shoe, but if what Nike says about the React is true, that is a huge positive on Nike's side. On the flip side, the Ultra Boost and Adidas Boost Tech is still king when it comes to a comfortable shoe. You won't get that cushy feeling with these that you'll get with an Ultra Boost, for example. You'll get some amount of cushioning, but not the Boost kind. The upper on an Ultra Boost is softer than these, which is a great upside for the Ultra Boost when it comes to comfort and casual wear and just overall feel of the upper on your feet. However, the Nike upper is more form-fitting, leaving less room for movement and making the experience seamless. So this one's really up to you. Do you want a softer upper that feels great but is more stretchy, or a more form-fitting upper that makes it feel like you just have soft feet? And it just goes on back and forth like that for a bit. It's really up to your preference what you want out of your sneaker. The Ultra Boost has had more time to release more collaborations and more stylish versions of that silhouette that you can wear out in casual lifestyle settings. Then we have the Nike React that pretty much just looks like a running performance shoe right now with no foot in the lifestyle world just yet. No pun intended, although of course you always have the freedom to wear it in casual situations. You're not like restricted from that or anything. That would be weird. Not a world I'm trying to live in, feel me? With that being said, if you took anything from the video, please hit that like or subscribe button. I want to know what you guys think about the Epic React. Did you react good to it? Get it? No? Okay, moving on. Or do you think Nike's taking an L with this one? Let me know in the comments. Catch you later. Picsoleated is reacting well.